Last month, I sat down with a cup of coffee, opened my laptop, and spent about 2 hours doing something I'd been putting off for years. I went through every single bill I pay each month. And what I found genuinely shocked me. Not because things were wildly expensive on their own, but because when I added it all up, I was hemorrhaging money on stuff I barely used, plans I'd never renegotiated, and habits I hadn't questioned in years. My total monthly outgoings? $2,100. Now here's where it gets interesting. I didn't call a financial advisor. I didn't switch banks. I didn't cancel my Netflix or start eating rice and beans every day. I just opened a few free AI tools, the same ones you probably already have access to right now, and I let them do the work I never had time to do myself. 1 month later, my bills came to $1,700. Same lifestyle, same subscriptions. Well, the ones worth keeping. Same apartment, same car, same everything. $400 less every single month. That's $4,800 a year back in my pocket, just from 2 hours with AI. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did. 5 specific steps, 5 categories of bills, and the exact prompts I typed into the AI so you can copy them word for word and do this yourself today. No paid apps, no referral links, no gimmicks. Let's get into it. So before I show you what I did, I want to quickly explain why most people are overpaying on their bills. And it's not because they're bad with money. It's because the system is designed to make you forget. Subscriptions auto-renew. Insurance companies quietly raise your premium by 8% every year and hope you don't notice. Phone carriers offer their best deals to new customers, while loyal ones keep paying full price. Energy companies know that switching is annoying, so most people never do. The result? The average household is losing somewhere between $300 and $600 every single month to bills they either don't need, haven't questioned, or could renegotiate in a single phone call. The problem has always been that finding these savings takes time and research most of us just don't have. AI changes that completely. What used to take a full weekend of spreadsheets and phone calls now takes a couple of hours, because AI can analyze your spending, research alternatives, and even write your negotiation scripts for you. Here are the 5 things I did in the exact order I did them. 1. Subscriptions. 2. Phone bill. 3. Car insurance. 4. Groceries. 5. Utilities. Step 1 is the easiest, and for most people, it's also the most eye-opening. I want you to open your last 3 months of bank statements or your credit card app if that's where most of your spending goes. Look for anything that recurs every month or every year. Write them all down, every single one. The $4.99 ones too. I did this and ended up with a list of 23 recurring charges. 23? Some of them I genuinely didn't recognize until I Googled them. Then I did something very simple. I opened Claude. That's a free AI. I'll link it in the description. And I typed this exact prompt. Here is a complete list of my monthly and annual subscriptions and their costs. Please analyze this list and identify 1. Any duplicates or overlapping services. 2. Any subscriptions that likely have a good free alternative. 3. Any that seem unusually expensive for what they offer. Be specific about each one and give me a recommended action. Then I just pasted my list of 23 subscriptions underneath it and hit send. The AI came back with a full breakdown in about 15 seconds, and it was ruthless in the best possible way. It flagged that I had Google One storage and iCloud storage running simultaneously. I only actually needed one of them. That was $11 a month gone immediately. It spotted a project management app I'd signed up for during a free trial and completely forgotten about. $14 a month. For 8 months. That's $112 I'd paid for something I opened maybe twice. It also pointed out that 2 of my news subscriptions had significant overlap in coverage and suggested I pick the one I actually read more often. Total from step 1, $47 a month back in my pocket. And I genuinely didn't miss any of it. Step 2 is where things get really interesting, because this is where AI does something I genuinely didn't expect. It negotiates for you. Not literally, You still have to make the call, but AI writes you a script so good that you basically just read it out loud, and the person on the other end has no idea you prepared. Here's the prompt I used. I want to negotiate a lower rate on my mobile phone plan. I've been a customer for 4 years. I'm currently paying $85 a month for my plan. I've found that a competitor is offering a comparable plan for $55 a month. Write me a polite but firm phone script that opens with a retention angle, presents the competitor offer as a genuine alternative I'm considering, and includes specific lines to use if they offer a small discount, but I want to push for more. The script it gave me was genuinely impressive. It wasn't aggressive. It was calm, confident, and gave me 3 different responses depending on what the agent said. I called. I read the script. The whole call took 12 minutes. They offered me $10 off. I used the line the AI gave me for that exact situation. Something like, I appreciate that, but the competitor offer is still significantly lower. Is there anything else you can do before I make a decision? And they came back with $30 off per month. That's $360 a year from a 12-minute phone call using a script I didn't write. The key thing to know here, phone carriers have retention departments specifically to stop you from leaving. They have authority to offer discounts that the standard customer service team can't. Always say you're considering switching. That's what gets you transferred to the right person. Step 3 is the same concept, but instead of a phone call, I used email, which honestly makes it even easier. Car insurance is one of those things most people renew on autopilot. Your renewal letter arrives, the price has gone up slightly, and you just pay it because switching feels complicated. I asked AI to do 2 things. First, I asked it to tell me what comparable car insurance coverage typically costs for my profile, my car, my age, my rough area, my no claims history. This gave me a ballpark so I knew whether I was being overcharged. Then I asked it to write me a short email to my current insurer. Here's roughly what the prompt looked like. Write a short, professional email to my car insurance provider. I've been a customer for 3 years. My renewal quote has come in at $180 a month, which is higher than last year. Based on my research, comparable coverage is available from competitors for around $130 to $140 per month. I'd like to stay with my current provider but need them to review my premium. The email should be polite, mention my loyalty as a customer, reference the competitor pricing, and ask them to come back with a revised quote before my renewal date. I sent the email. 3 days later, they came back with a revised quote of $135 a month. I didn't switch. I didn't spend an hour on comparison websites. I just sent one email that AI wrote in 30 seconds. That's $45 a month saved, or $540 a year. And here's the thing, if they'd said no, I would have had AI write me a cancellation notice and just actually switched. The worst case scenario is still a good outcome. Step 4 is the one that surprised me most because I didn't think AI could make a real dent here. I was spending around $600 a month on groceries for 2 people. I thought that was pretty reasonable. Turns out I was wrong. I gave Claude my typical weekly shopping list, everything I usually buy, and I asked it this. Here is my typical weekly grocery list. I currently spend around $150 per week on groceries for 2 people. Please suggest a revised version of this shopping list that maintains similar nutritional quality and variety, but reduces the weekly cost by at least 25%. For each change you suggest, explain why and by how much it saves. Also flag any items where switching to a store brand or buying in bulk would give the biggest saving. What came back wasn't a generic buy less coffee list. It was specific and actually useful. It suggested switching from chicken breast to chicken thighs, same protein, less than half the price. It flagged that I was buying pre-washed salad bags 3 times a week when a whole lettuce costs a fifth of the price. It recommended dried lentils instead of canned. Same thing, dramatically cheaper when you buy a bag. And it put together a revised meal plan for the week built around those swaps. I also asked it to generate a quick weekly prompt I could reuse, something I could type each week with my shopping list to get an updated, optimized version. That alone has saved me probably 20 minutes of thought every single week. Result? My grocery spend went from around $600 to around $420 a month. That's $180 back consistently every month, just from buying smarter versions of roughly the same things. Step 5, and if you've made it this far, this one might be the most actionable of all, because you can do it today, right now, without making a single phone call. I took my last 3 electricity bills and my last 3 gas bills, and I pasted the numbers into Claude. Usage figures, cost per unit, everything. Then I asked, here are my electricity and gas bills for the last 3 months, including usage data. Based on this information, give me a ranked list of the most impactful actions I can take to reduce these bills by at least 20% without significant lifestyle changes or upfront investment. For each action, estimate the monthly saving and how quickly I'd see the result. The AI gave me a ranked list of 8 things. Some I already knew, like turning the thermostat down a degree or 2. But the top 3 were things I hadn't thought about at all. Number 1. My water heater was set to 60 degrees Celsius, higher than it needed to be. Dropping it to 50 costs nothing and reduces the energy needed to heat it by a meaningful amount every single day. Number 2. Standby power. It asked me to think about how many devices in my home are on standby permanently. TVs, game consoles, phone chargers plugged in but not charging anything. Collectively, these can add up to 10% of your electricity bill. A $10 smart power strip on the entertainment unit fixed most of it. Number 3. My heating schedule. I had the heating coming on at 6 a.m. every day including weekends, when I'm not getting up until 8. The AI helped me rewrite the schedule based on my actual week. That alone cut my gas bill noticeably within the first month. Total from utilities, $98 a month back. And I spent about $10 on one power strip to make it happen. So let's add it all up. Subscriptions canceled and downgraded, $47 a month. Phone bill negotiated down, $30 a month. Car insurance renegotiated, $45 a month. Groceries optimized, $180 a month. Utility bills reduced, $98 a month. Total monthly saving, $400, every single month. That's $4,800 a year, not from some side hustle, not from working more hours, just from spending 2 hours doing something smart with free tools that anyone can access. And look, your numbers will be different from mine. Maybe you save $150, maybe you save $600, but I'd be genuinely surprised if you went through all 5 of these steps and came out the other side with nothing. The AI doesn't replace the effort entirely. You still have to make the call, send the email, do the shop. But it removes every single reason you had for putting it off. All 5 of the prompts I used in this video are written out in full in the description below. Copy them, paste them, use them today. They're completely free. If this video saves you even $50 this month, hitting the like button is a pretty good return on 14 minutes of your time. And if you want more of this, practical ways to use AI to improve your finances, subscribing means you won't miss the next one.